There's nothing more humbling and inspiring
and attractive
than witnessing somebody be truly and uniquely exceptional.
Except, of course, for their journeys. Maybe it's luck.
Maybe it's genetics.
Maybe it's work ethic.
Scott and I wanted to see if we could discover what makes some of the universe's most incredible humans the successes they've become, and ultimately find out exactly how they became
so good.
So good. How did you do it? How did you do it? You're so good.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of You're So Good. Today we have a pop star, singer and songwriter from Australia, Betty Who. And she first took off when her song Somebody Loves You went viral. And then also she has a cover of I Love You Always Forever, which blew up. It peaked in the top 10 in Australia and reached the very top of the Billboard Dance Club Songs charts in the US. She's absolutely amazing. And she is here to tell us her story of how all that happened. I'm so excited, you guys.
Yes.
I am Scott.
I'm Rozzi.
And this is our brand new podcast. Very new.
You're so
good. That's the title of it. And we have, honestly, I'm so fucking excited for our guest right now because one, we're like really, really close and are like best friends. But I started out as a weird fan.
Yeah.
Like fully obsessed.
I'm still kind of in that category, but we're transitioning.
Yeah. So. yeah. By the end of this podcast, y'all are friends, which is cool. Please welcome Betty Who.
Wow, I don't think I've ever had an introduction so, like, over the top, great, fantastic. I'm going to pay you guys to follow me around and kiss me everywhere.
I'm just speaking from the heart.
Oh, bitch.
So wait, cool. I was just dying before thinking about the first time that we had a real conversation when you had to drive me home from the Pentatonic show.
Oh my God, when you were literally so drunk.
And like, I say this is like a Pentatonic stan. The drunkest I've been in 5 years is an a cappella show is so embarrassing.
That's pretty.
You went and sat in a room like by yourself.
It's so like, embarrassing.
It's really just like more off-brand, I think.
It's very
for like
off-brand.
an a cappella. Like we turned up at that show.
Yeah. You got to.
And I barely knew you. I think I'd met you like once or twice at your house. And you very kindly offered to drive me home. I left my car in San Pedro, an hour out of LA.
Oh no!
And I told you, I think I told you my whole life story.
Yeah, you did. And you know, it's funny. It was really like I notoriously don't love super drunk people, and I remember thinking to myself, like, I really like this girl because I like her now, even though she's wasted.
Wow,
which must mean that we're really going to be.
You are a good drunk.
You are a fun drunk. It was like you were making me laugh. I wasn't like, oh my God, get this drunk bitch out of here.
Right,
Promise. I don't want you to feel weird or self-conscious because it was really quite endearing.
Okay, good, because I don't remember a word of our conversation.
So then you aren't self-conscious anyway because what's to remember? Yeah. No, it was really a good time.
But I just remember getting home and being like, Betty is so nice. Like, that was so nice and unnecessary.
Yeah.
Oh, that night was brutal for me. So
that was a
funny.
good time. It was a fantastic night for me. I had the time of my life. It was the first time seeing the Pentatonics.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so what this podcast is we just bring people on who are really, really good at something or like the best at what they do. Sure. And we just kind of figure out why and how and why.
What we can
why
steal.
are you where you're at over other people who've tried?
Exactly. And what tactics can I take on to benefit?
And what can we steal?
I have blown my way to the top. That's what it takes, ladies.
You were fully prepared.
Fellatio.
Are you familiar with the term casting couch?
Oh, damn.
Okay, wow. So let's start like from the beginning. You were born in Australia.
Yes, the very beginning.
It comes and goes in the most amazing way.
I think my accent is literally the grossest thing in the world. It makes me so mad. Every time I listen to myself, like I promise you I will never listen to this podcast because I hate listening to myself talk.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I love you so much.
Talk.
Yes, and I know that most people like, because I like listening to myself sing because I think you would have to be a professional singer.
Yes.
Right, you would think. But so, I moved to America when I was 15. I went to high school. I went to performing arts high school.
Did you move because you wanted to be doing music?
I got into the school.
What school?
It was Interlochen.
Oh, wait. This is the camp that rejected me.
Oh, sick.
I went there one summer when I was like 11.
Yeah.
And then
for voice?
For like theater. I was like in Bloomers or whatever.
Oh my God. No, you were in junior. Were you in juniors?
I don't know.
Did you wear the light blue socks or the red socks?
I think the Red Sox.
You were an intermediate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you went to that school.
For
what?
Did you,
for singing?
For cello.
For cello.
I knew that.
You did
You
know
just
that.
posted that 10-year picture.
So it's really
I
tough
love
times.
like a wrinkle of like a different instrument and a backstory.
It's not. It's really more like a large fold. I would say.
Really?
Yes, I started
like,
playing
good?
when I was. I mean, I started playing when I was 4, and I played my whole life.
Do you still play?
Yeah, there's a song on my last EP that I put out called Friend Like Me, where I'm playing cello on it.
That's so cool.
do you ever
I
play
want you to
live?
play cello for me.
I don't. You know,
That'd be a cool thing in your
That
show.
would be cool.
I think it is too. You know, the reason I never did it was because playing cello and singing is like such a thing that I was like, I don't want to be the girl who plays cello and sings. I want to be a pop star who's not the pop star who plays cello. I wanted to just be like that. And the fact
at
that I
this point,
also
you
play
probably
cello,
could.
totally.
But
It's
imagine
starting
like a B
to.
stage spotlight moment,
Yes.
singing like.
Oh my
But
god.
is it so dumb though?
No,
Also?
I would cry. I would
I
cry.
think that would be really beautiful.
Yeah.
I think it's so hokey a little bit. I want
No,
to.
it's a display of like authentic, real talent. and
Sure.
hard work, you know?
It has
Maybe
to be the
that's why
right
I think it's
song.
hokey, because I'm like, did you know that I also play cello? No.
Yeah.
Oh no, like when Lizzo plays the flute.
Oh,
Yeah, but she's like twerking and playing the flute. It's like
You could do
lit
some version of that
Me
with
like
a cello.
ass clapping and playing cello. Never
I'm
in
just
my
saying,
life.
like, you are such a good dancer, and you're
Thank
always
you.
up there,
You're
like in
such a good dancer.
in like a
Guys.
sexy, glittery something.
Yeah, that's-
and with
yeah.
the cello, that would be an amazing combo.
It'd be pretty wild.
Oh my god. that'd be
So is this going to happen now? Is this
Yes,
official?
we're
Yes.
manifesting it right
But also,
now.
Mark has been standing trying to bring
Oh,
us
you're
drinks
so
for
sweet.
too long.
He's like,
I
can
scared
cross
him when
frame?
I was like, don't make noise. All right, you guys, it's time for my sweet angel of a boyfriend / our mixologist on the show, Mark Manio, to make a drink.
Time for a drink. Made by Scott's boyfriend. Time to get wasted.
Okay, so wait, you have to tell me about this, because this is a specific...
We just guessed what you thought you'd like. and
Oh,
I
it's
think-
not like a bit on the show. I thought you
No,
were
no,
like,
no, it
now
is. No,
it's
it
time
is.
for...
It is. It is.
If you don't
Okay,
want
hype
it,
it
we
up.
can make you
Basically,
something
what
else.
happened
Don't tell
is
me that.
we've been
I
trying to
like it.
guess what our guests are going to like.
Guess,
Yeah.
guess for the guest.
Guess for the guest.
Guess
Do you have
with
a-
the
And
guess.
ours
title
is
for
actually,
it?
now that I think about it, this is a really boring guess for you.
No. It's a great guess because it's a compliment. We feel like you're like want to like
Mark
a
is
green
still holding
drink,
them.
something.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Mark is like, please take the
One
drinks.
for me too.
Wait, so you think that I'm a green juice? So you gave me...
No. You know how like well here it is. We think you're a tequila soda, or that you like tequila
Yes.
soda.
I am a tequila soda.
Wow. See, we knew
fucking
it.
nailed
Just
it.
because it's like one of the healthier ones.
It's
Yeah.
healthier and it's like fresh and
Yes.
fun.
And your hangover's not bad.
People drink tequila when
And
they
a
want to have
little
a
like...
good time.
Yes.
We're not trying to like cry and have like a sad night. We're trying to
Yes.
dance.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Thank you,
everybody.
bartender.
Thank you, Mark.
Cheers, Mark is back.
Is this the Betty Special now? Can nobody on this podcast ever be given a tequila soda ever
Nope.
again, because this is the Betty Special?
Exactly.
That's so you are. I knew you were a bartender, Mark. I was
He's
like,
fantastic. I've never had a drink made like it is by Mark.
He's
I'll
so
tell you
good.
what.
And I texted Scott
tell
like,
you what.
I don't know if Mark's a bartender, but I feel like he could be a bartender. And I was right. You're
he has
so
the,
good.
He has the biceps for it.
There we go.
He
Yeah.
has the biceps for it. For sure.
Yeah. You'll
Okay.
be fantastic on
Okay,
Watch
so
What
back
Happens
to
Live.
Airline.
I'm so
Wait,
sorry.
I have a
Wow.
question.
So you're
about-
amazing at cello. Sorry. Go ahead.
I have a question about practicing.
Yeah.
Did you like?
Sure.
This is me just like fully projecting an idea on you that could just be wrong.
Yeah.
But I feel like cello is like a classical
Yeah.
foundation. So did you take the? I feel like that's like hardcore. The kind of practicing you have to do to be great at the cello is probably more intense than like the pop world. Did you use those same like systems?
It's a fantastic. You know what? That is a great question. You know, it's interesting. I think they're very different. I think I wouldn't say it's less or more intense, because I remember like 2 or 3 weeks after I signed my record deal when I was like 21 and I was a baby. I remember like reading through all the emails that I had been sent and thinking about all the things I had to be thinking about, and I was like, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I grew up wanting to do this forever, and I'm doing it, and I had no idea how hard it was going to be.
Yeah.
And it was like a slap in the face. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know what I've gotten myself into, and I don't know if I'm capable.
Right.
And it's like, you know, those moments have historically kind of like defined my career as moments of like, okay, what are you going to do? You're going to quit, or you're not going to quit.
Right.
And it's like, I think for me, for cello, I hated practicing, and I hate that was who I was as a
Right.
teenager.
I know. I feel
hate
you.
that.
I
I
feel
feel
you.
like I had, you know, every opportunity given to me to be so dedicated, and like, it's the reason I am where I am and whatever. Like I was a very social person in high school, and
Yeah.
like just wanted to hang out with my friends. And so I never wanted to practice, because I was always convincing other people not to practice so they could hang out with me. I'm literally
right.
still doing this to this day. Like my roommate is a full-on producer, and I'm always like, don't, you do it
Yeah.
later. Come hang out. And he's like,
have
you're
a
the
Bud
worst
Light.
influence.
Making your album.
Yes. He's like, please, I have to finish your songs. And I'm like, no, it's fine. So like, I think the time that I spent, you know, frolicking around in a lock-in campus was time that was intensely, you know, important to my like fundamental growth as a human being.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I can look back and go like, I don't feel like I totally wasted it.
I get chills so easily. It's more. I'm like moved
She's
by
sobbing.
everything.
Rossi's crying.
No, but
cool that you
that's
have
so
those
true.
experiences.
Well, because I just relate. I'm the opposite. Like I am a practicing. I'm like a scheduling machine. I'm like I'm
Wow.
gonna do this. On literally winter breaks from school, I would go home even in high school, and I would learn like live Beyonce albums note for note. Like I'm crazy. Like I'm obsessed with practice.
Okay, but I have to tell you, I never was obsessed with practicing with cello. I want to do if I'm in dance rehearsals.
Yeah.
All the dances are like, can we take 5? And I'm like, no.
No, I'm taking this with a grain of salt. What you're saying, because clearly you're a hard worker.
Yeah.
Like there's just no way you're not. So I get it.
And it's crazy what I learned, how the way that I like to work hard has changed so significantly now that I'm in a profession that I love.
Right.
Yeah,
we were
saying that on the last podcast. Like when you're passionate about something, it's not hard. You want to finish it.
Well.
It's hard. It's hard, but you get lost in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're like, I don't care how miserable this is. I'm so excited for it to be done and for me to be proud of it.
Wait, but I have to finish the idea that
Yeah,
I was
I'm
gonna
sorry.
so sorry.
No,
I
it's
continue to interrupt
which
you.
is
Wow.
we're all like, let's
Yeah.
go. Okay. No, what I was gonna say is, I was this practicing machine, and then it wasn't until I got dropped my first record deal and like things were kind of a mess that I was like, oh, I have to live my life. Like what you just said, like it's so like what you were doing in high school. Like I missed that kind of. I mean, I had some fun, but I was so laser focused that I missed out on like the whole point of being an artist is to express what life is like. And if you don't live anything, then you have nothing to say. And what's the point of you?
100%. And that's always the balance. But classical music doesn't have a lot of life in it. Classical music isn't really about life in the same way that when you're writing music is. If you're writing classical, and I have the hugest soft spot in my heart and my life for classical music. It's one of the most important, and I think it's like fundamentally the reason I am the musician that I am is the upbringing that I had, the love that I found for. I miss being in orchestra every day. I don't miss playing cello by myself ever. I miss being in orchestra all the time.
Yeah.
Because the feeling of being on a stage, because if you're in a band, you're in a band, there are 5 of you. Orchestra, there are 120 people on the stage and you're making music together. And that's really rare. I don't think it's so rare to be on stage with that many people.
Stunning. Mm-hmm. It's like so moving. I love
when you're good. Woo! It's good.
Oh, I can imagine that.
Yeah.
I'm getting chills again.
I haven't felt anything like it. You know what is the only other thing that feels like that to me in what I do now is when like I can stop singing for a second and a crowd of people are singing my songs back to me.
It's the best feeling on earth.
That's like the same feeling where you're like, we are here, we did it.
Nothing like that.
Yeah. That was like in my LA show.
Yeah, when you were like doing Joshua Tree and stuff.
I did Joshua Tree. That was the first time. I've had people singing along, but that was the first. I haven't really had music out really until recently.
And by the way, oh my God, we'll circle back because I have something to tell you also. Sorry, keep going.
I can't wait. But my point is, it was the first time I've ever, like, I was singing and I just was like, oh, they're singing enough for me to stop singing. And when they know the verses, that's when it really gets you.
That's
it's like
halfway through the second verse, you're like, how do you know these?
how do you
I don't
know
even know
it?
these. Like, I'm using a prompter.
I'm getting these wrong. Do you have prompters on Superfruit as well?
Yeah.
Wow.
I need 4 prompters on stage for any show I ever do.
The thing that's
we
funny
just
about-
did a guest show with like a guest appearance with Tori Kelly at her show, and I was like, "Do you have prompters?" She's like, "No."
What? Literally, of course
And
not.
I was like, "What do you mean? How am I supposed to sing perfect?" Which I've sung 68 times on tour, and I still was like studying the lyrics before.
Wow.
I don't know. It's like something my brain. I don't have enough brain cells.
That's so funny. Like you're like so talented at so many things. So smart. So good at so many things. And like cannot remember words for the life of you.
I performed with her like 3 times, and I've like never. Every time we've done Bust Your Windows once, one of my favorite songs, and I was like, I was like, it's the title. Bust Your Windows was the lyric.
You're like making up sounds.
It's so bad. I don't know.
That is out of control.
It's bad.
It's really funny.
Oh man, that's really embarrassing for you.
Okay, so you played cello at Interlochen, and you were amazing at it, and then you decided. When did you decide you wanted to be a pop star?
When did that transition?
It's funny because like I would like to amend one of your statements. I wouldn't say that I was like amazing at here's what I'll say. Everyone who went to Interlochen was the most amazing person at their high school.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you get to Interlochen and you're
Big
like,
fish,
I
small
am
pond.
bad. I am BAD bad at cello. So like for me to get there and realize like how not hot shit I was, like really made me realize like what the fuck am I gonna do as a classical cellist professionally, and I'm not even that good. I can't survive. And so it really like when I was 5, I was like dancing to Britney Spears in my bedroom. I mean, like I like to think that I knew what I wanted to do. You know, when people like kindergartners get asked like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I was like, "I'm a pop star."
A veterinary. Oh, really?
Yeah,
You said
yeah,
that?
I think so.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I did too. I was like that.
Also, I got super into CSI when I was like in 4th grade. So I was like a crime
forensic
scene
analyst.
investigator. And they were like, I don't know about that. But otherwise, I think I pretty much stuck to my tune of wanting to be a pop star. But like, I don't know. I have more specific memories of being like 8 and fully in my mirror, like locking eyes with myself.
Yeah.
Like choreographing and delivering.
Oh, totally.
It Makes Me Ill by NSYNC with the most.
Oh my God, you love NSYNC.
Fucking
We'll get into it.
I stan NSYNC. The tour documentaries were a huge part of what got me into like wanting to be a pop star.
Oh, those are
Not
so
even tour
good.
documentaries. I mean the Beyonce I Am Live.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Please.
Yes.
I was just like fully had like a
Literally,
triggered
yeah.
moment. I've seen that probably 100 times. Sometimes when I'm hammered, I'll be like, Mark, can we watch this?
Yeah.
The first 10 minutes we watched.
Yeah, we always
Just
watch
the intro.
Just
Mine is. Oh yeah.
Get out.
Yeah, totally. Just the shadow.
Yeah.
But for me, when I'm nervous, I'm backstage always watching live Beyonce stuff. But my favorite is the Glastonbury performance. Have you guys watched that
yeah,
one?
I've got, what do you mean?
It
Have
is
I watched that one?
outrageous.
It is outrageous. It is.
And
you
she's
know,
pregnant secretly.
bitch.
So
She probably
good.
like threw up right before she went on. And stuff.
Fuck. Yeah, but you know, I think I always knew that this was what I loved, and the thing I was the most interested in was pop music and like being a stan of
I
like
have a
other
question.
people. Yeah.
Did you feel like because you were in this like classical world, like almost like embarrassed by that
100%.
pop love?
Oh, 100%.
Because that was
Oh,
the thing
I
at USC. Don't you
bet.
feel like
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
jazz
yeah.
scene was like the only thing that was cool? So like liking Taylor Swift was embarrassing.
you know that?
Yeah, I would like
Almost-
Beyonce. I feel like insecure. about
Yeah.
it. Okay, but wait. Back to the point.
Why do you think you
Why would-
went
why
to play
would you-
cello in the first place?
Because I think I had spent so much time doing it, and I think like when I look back, I didn't know it at the time. When I look back, I think I was so afraid to be like, I want to be a singer.
Totally, yeah.
Because
Right.
especially even before I went to Interlaken, when I was at school, I went to boarding school in Sydney for a while, just outside of Sydney, and there was like, I think it's very Australian too. There's a kind of a culture of like, you know, in Mean Girls, when she's like, "You're really pretty," and she goes, "Thanks," and she goes, "So you think you're pretty?"
Yeah.
Like that's very Australian. I feel like in the way of like,
Interesting.
I want to go for the solo. They're like, "Oh, so you think you're good?"
Oh yeah.
And it's like,
Whoa.
there's like a saying called the tallest poppy is the first to get cut down, which is like funny because I'm huge.
yeah.
But like
You're not
that,
supposed to be like
the,
I can do
the
this.
most
Yeah, don't
kind
be
of
too
like,
confident.
yeah, you know, it's
Oh.
the rainbow fish.
LA,
It's
the land of
yeah.
let me talk about
Exactly.
myself. Yeah.
Which I'm not into that.
What?
I feel like if someone's confident and like thinks they're good,
yeah.
you should be like fully
No,
supportive.
same. I completely agree.
But I think
Completely
but I
agree.
also think that this is kind of what we were talking about before. The thing that I think you can tell when someone is authentically jazzed about what they do versus when they're insecure
100%.
and talking themselves
Yes.
up.
100%.
Because when that is what I think
That's
LA is.
cringy.
Is
Oh.
insecurity that is turned into like,
that's so
let me
fair.
tell you about what I do, as
Yeah.
opposed to like real genuine artists who just want to be like, I'm psyched about what I do because I
Yeah,
love it.
'cause I'm
Yeah,
making
and you
it.
can
That's
tell
so
the
much more
difference.
rare.
It also confused me. I was like, I need to not gas myself up so much because then
Right.
I sound like one of those LA people that
Right.
blah, blah, blah.
Bitch. Right.
But now I'm like, wait, no, I want to love myself in what I do.
My
But I'm just-
2019 mood is caring is cool because
Yes.
literally
The
people,
tea.
there's a huge, I feel like, I mean, this is also like teenagers think that not caring is cool. I think
Right.
like all the time.
Yeah, like-
and that's just like what teenagers do.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like I see so much of like the apathy thing is like really, really cool. And like,
Yeah, like I don't ever
I was just
smile
joking.
ever.
I was joking with somebody about, because I was on the Panic at the Disco tour.
Yeah.
And I every night was literally in the audience, not even like on the side being cool sometimes, but like I was mostly like
Yeah.
in the audience, and I was like screaming and dancing and
Yeah,
like
like a
getting
fan.
drunk. I was like having the time of my life
Very
literally
me.
every night
Yeah.
after my show. I had
So
I had the
fun.
best time, and they were like kind of laughing and being like, "I love watching you at the show because it's
Yeah,
so fun because
like
you're
a
so
real fan.
crazy."
Yeah.
And it's like also it's always fun to watch. Like I love when my friends get into my show.
Totally.
Watching my
Yeah.
friends enjoy my show is one of my favorite parts of
Yeah,
performing. So
totally.
like if I'm going to be a familiar face on this tour, I want you to know that I'm having a good time. And even if
Yeah.
I'm tired and they look tired, I would literally think to myself all the time, like I have to
Keep it.
I, as an audience member, have to keep my energy up so that they don't feel like
Right.
they're lacking. Like I felt this
Yeah.
responsibility as an audience member. And then I was talking to like a friend who was on the tour, and he was like, I was like, caring. I love to care.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah.
people make
I
me
do
feel
too.
bad about caring,
That is
hate that.
horrible.
I get
That's the worst.
mad.
Oh my God, I get so mad. I'm
I
actually
get
very triggered by it now. And I'm always like,
Yes.
don't shame me for loving something.
Yes.
Like, I just thought that the other day, and Mark's helped me a lot with this. He's like, girl, you're good.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'll be at the Kelly Clarkson concert jumping around like a maniac.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I feel like maybe I look crazy.
I feel do we need coasters? I'm like making a mess over here.
We'll be able to fix it. It's also like kind of chic. But I'll be like dancing like a maniac, and
Yeah.
then like I'll be like, wow, wait, am I embarrassing myself? Blah, blah. But the tea is, who fucking
who
cares?
can I tell you?
I'm gonna dance if I want to dance, and if you
cares?
think I'm a loser, awesome.
the secret
Then
to-
go
Because I don't
the-
want to be your friend anyway. If you're gonna look at me and be like, that person's crazy, it's like, bitch, I am. You better back up.
Yeah, yeah. It's
I
also like I'm
actually-
having fun. You should like that.
You should be happy for
When
me.
people are annoyed by me having fun in public
Ugh.
places, makes me so mad.
Oh my God, I won't
I
say
like
names,
the
but I had an
secret-
ex-boyfriend who literally was like,
Oh, I know which
I
one.
was like, yeah. I was like dancing, having the time of my life, feeling full euphoria.
Yeah.
And he was like, you're really embarrassing yourself. Stop dancing. And I stopped dancing.
No!
And now I'm like, I wish I would have just chewed him out in that moment.
Fuck yeah.
No.
Okay, wait, you guys. I feel like everyone's been listening to me like Rozzi's been trying to talk, and it's really
You are.
embarrassing.
I want you to talk. I was about to say, Rossi's trying to say
I'm sorry,
something.
I'm sorry. I'm also like
Please
getting
dive-
tipsy.
please
so.
dive in.
It's okay.
Dive in.
It's one of those things where like now it's like there's gonna whatever I say is gonna sound not.
Yeah, it better be fucking good.
But what I was gonna say is I feel like the secret to life.
Yeah.
Is
Wow.
Is
That is good. Wow.
Wait,
Hit
here
me
we
with
go.
it. Wow. Okay, we're
3,
doing it.
2, 1, go.
What's the secret to life, Rossi? Tell us. I want to know.
Wait, let me get up.
I'm so red. Oh my god. I think the secret to life.
No, I'm sure. I mean,
my
everyone's
God.
probably really stoked. We're all searching for it. So
Oh my god. Okay. Whew. I think the secret to life is being yourself.
Oh my God, thank you so much. I have been waiting my whole life.
Pause.
I have been waiting my whole life for someone to tell me what the
be
secret
myself.
is. And it's to be myself.
Literally my ass.
I totally get how that sounds cheesy, but in your defense, I will say that that's true. That's the truest thing ever.
I was like, it was more
Yes,
casual 10
sure,
minutes ago.
sure.
Okay.
Here's what I feel like my journey was. I feel like when I was a kid, I was myself. When you're a kid, you're yourself.
Oh, for sure.
Then you go through like junior high, high school, blah, 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 and people in like little passive
Yeah.
aggressive shaming and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And you like kind of start to like subconsciously change.
Yeah.
And then and then you're like not yourself. And then right around, I feel like it took me a long time, but 2019's actually been like me turning a new leaf because I actually feel like I'm back
Me
to my
too.
original
I feel the
self.
same way.
I'm like, holy shit, here we are. I
Yeah.
forgot who I was, and now I like know.
I feel like you should listen to Old Me by Betty Who on iTunes right now. Betty, please tell me.
Oh my God!
Old Me
Everyone,
is very,
pause this podcast. Go listen to
Old Me is very like that is literally fuck it up. Rossi knows it.
Wow.
I think that like I feel very similarly in the way that I think in the last year or so I have reclaimed a lot, and I think also for me one of the most something that turns me off so much is insecurity, which is
Yeah.
not really fair.
Right.
I get that it's not fair because I'm insecure and like, but my insecurities turn me off of myself.
I think,
also.
it's when someone's being insecure but not acknowledging it and trying
Yes,
to act like
the
they're
coping
so
mechanism.
Yeah, exactly.
And
If it's
Yeah.
the wrong coping
projecting
mechanism,
it all over you.
Yeah,
that's.
that's the-
I'm
that's
not
the worst.
insecure.
Yeah.
Generally,
Yeah.
everybody is, but generally, I'm really cool with who I am. And to
No,
have,
I was gonna ask you about that. I feel like you have like mad confidence in this way, and I'm like, did you
Like
learn that,
authentic, too,
or were you
it's
born
cool.
with that?
you know what's funny is I literally have no idea how it happened. I truly think that I'm also a huge piece of garbage.
no,
like
no,
everybody
no.
else
That's,
does.
I mean, like,
I mean, we all have that.
Yes,
Yeah.
but that's what I don't know how that happened. I think that I had this sort
like
of
a
like
great dad or something.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, no, my dad's the best. No, my dad's the best.
But you've had a lot of success. That probably helped.
No, my success has made it worse. If anything,
yeah, yeah.
Success has done nothing but bring me like sadness mostly.
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
It's complicated though.
It is very
It's
complicated.
complicated.
It's very
It's up and down.
Wowee is being
Yeah.
being an adult complicated because
Yeah.
that is some
Yeah.
shit.
That is totally different
And
than not being one.
also to be on the inside of an industry that you have literally thought about wanting to be on the inside of your entire life to make it and realize that it's like the most fucked up,
Yeah.
like nonsensical, ridiculous industry
political.
that makes zero sense to
Heartbreaking,
literally anybody. And then
unfair.
there's no, and it's like to get there and still have all of that be true and have to still make the decision every single day. This is still what I want to
stay.
do.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I tell people when they ask me, if people ever ask me, like, I want to get into music, like, what should I do? I always say, well, first of all, if you could do something else and be happy, you got to do it. Because if you don't.
Because if I was in my position and I was like, I should have been a fucking accountant.
Yeah,
You know,
like,
I
then
would
you-
never.
No, because it's
I don't have
going
any
to
other
break your
option.
heart.
I don't have any other
same.
options.
It's who I am. There's no choice.
Yeah, and also
100%.
the success rate is like extremely
and
low.
even if you
Extremely low.
0.001%. So it's like you
And
got to
if
be
you-
ready for like the ultimate heartbreak. And yeah, exactly what you're saying. Only do music if you fucking know you have to.
If
do
you
it.
have to, because even if you are successful, the success never lasts.
Well,
It's
and also
every-
success isn't what makes you happy.
Right, that's true.
Oh,
Success
that's
doesn't
true.
validate you. And
Yeah.
well, at least it doesn't for me. I can't speak for everybody. But success, my version of success is much different to, I think, a lot of other people's versions of successes.
Yes.
And so other people's projection of success has made me deeply unhappy.
Yeah, I know
I
what
hate
you mean.
that. Okay, so Interlochen, you went to Berkeley.
Yeah.
You
Sorry, I
decided
could
you
get
want
this
to
together.
write songs.
Were you
and, like,
always writing songs?
So I wrote my first song when I was 14.
What was it
Okay.
called?
Gone.
Gone.
Great title,
By
actually.
NSYNC.
Yeah. Oh, gone.
How did the chorus go?
Fuck. I hate that I know it too. I wish I could just be like, no, I don't remember it.
I sang a song I wrote when I was 9.
I saw that on your story. Wait, I think I saw this on Instagram. Yeah. It's really, really funny. Okay, wait. I think I'm going crazy.
Hey.
Some say I'm strong. I'm not either. I'm just gone.
That's so good.
I love that.
I'm vacant from my life before me. Vacant
Wow,
from my
very
life
emotional.
before me. To be fair, my brother had been in a really bad car accident, was in a coma, and this
Oh,
was the
wow.
first I was like, I gotta let it out, and I wrote a song.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That was like literally, yeah, he's fine.
It's
now. I mean,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I mean, it's certainly not good.
Maybe
but
I just like loved the sound of your voice. I was like, do I want this song on iTunes?
No, I also, it's hysterical listening back to all the like old horrible recordings of me when I was a teenager because I had my adenoids and my tonsils out.
No.
So I sound like I have a permacold. I'm like, I'm back from my love. I literally sound so bad. It's so upsetting. We should probably, I'll show you one after.
I can't wait.
Okay,
Okay, so then you write this fucking amazing album, and like
Oh,
it goes
Wait, where
viral.
was this? Is this at Berkeley? That you wrote this?
my first record.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wrote my first EP.
Wait, hold on, wait. Did you like tell your parents like and your family
Oh
or
my
whoever
God.
like I'm not gonna be a child, so I'm gonna go be a pop star? Like
Oh my
how'd
God,
that
my
go?
poor parents.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Because, like, imagine you have this tiny little nugget of a person and they start playing an instrument when they're 4 years old.
Yeah.
And they do it for their entire life.
Yeah.
Up
They
until
go to
the day.
Interlochen in
Up until they
America.
literally pursue it professionally from a young ass age.
Yeah.
And then they turn 18 and they're like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. My parents were like, are you sure?
Yeah.
You know, they were, I cannot tell you enough how like supportive and awesome my parents have been. I feel one of the only reasons that I have been able to be successful in the way that I have been is because of their sort of like tireless dedication to not only like helping me financially when they can, but also their emotional kind of support. When I talk to my dad, he makes me super emotional. He'll like, you know, my dad will call me and just we'll chat for about 2 seconds and then he'll dive right into just like telling me what he thought about the record. It's like we've had the same conversation
That's so
75
cool.
times. He's
Yeah.
like, I love this song. You know, every time I listen to it, it means something
My
different.
dad does that to me too. My dad will be like, he listens to like Rozzi radio on Pandora like all the time.
parents-
You know,
And he'll
oh
write
my
me, he'll be
God.
like, my favorite one now Reason's my favorite. Like he'll like send me like his new. It's really sweet.
You know what my dad does that I think is so fucking cute is he takes my like handful of my songs and puts them in with the all the Grammy nominated music from that year. And so he has like a Grammy playlist from
compare?
every year from around the Grammys. Well, basically to be like, you know, because if I'm not listening, the first time he said he did it was because he was like, if I'm not listening and your song pops out and I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, oh, it's my daughter. Then that's how you know it's like not Grammy worthy. He's like, but I literally put the playlist
That's
on and I
super-
don't.
actually
he's
super
like,
cool. I like when I
and
do
I
that for
don't
myself.
even
Yeah.
notice that you like you'll
Right, you
halfway
fit
through a
right
song
in.
I'll be like
Interesting.
singing and not even paying
My
attention.
mom
He'll be like,
emailed me
oh my
about
God, I
your
love
album
this.
the other day.
No
My
way.
mom is like the one who like gets music in my family. She's like very hip. She's just like very in the know. She like found Adele's EP when like
Wow,
Adele was
before-
like 17.
yeah,
She's like, I
well-
think you'll like this. I was like, whoa, mom.
Yeah, trendsetter.
Yeah, she wrote me like a week ago, being like, do you know this girl Betty Who? I'm listening to her album. I feel like you should work with people she works with. Like, it's so great. And I was like, I know her.
I already
Mom.
do.
But I already do work
I
with
have drunkenly told my life story to her.
her. You don't even know, Mom.
Oh my God, that's really nice.
Yeah, no, she's a fan. All right, you guys, that's the end of part 1 of our conversation with Betty Who. Tune in next time for the second half.